So, what problem did our characters face in those 3 stories? That's your thinking job right now. Put your thumb over your heart. So, what was the problem that we saw in our 3 stories?
They didn't understand. They spoke different languages.
Different languages. Evan, add to that.
They had different cultures.
Tell us more about that. How is that a problem?
Because sometimes when you have different cultures, it's hard to understand each other.
All right, Carson, add to that.
So, if you don't speak the same language, they try doing something else.
So you're already thinking kind of solutions, aren't you? And I'm glad that you guys are thinking of solutions, because all of a sudden we see that this can be a problem in our stories. And if it's in a problem in our stories, do you guys think that this is also something that happens in real life also?
Yeah.
So before we go to start jumping into solutions, let's step back and let's really think about this problem. So I've got the tracks of your thinking from before, but I'm hoping that we can take a close look about what this means. What this problem really means. So, Avery, are you with me, girl? Okay. What happens when someone feels like their culture doesn't matter? Gee, first of all, before we even start thinking about that, in our 3 stories, Name Jar, Drawn Together, and Dreamers, do you think that the characters in those stories felt like their culture didn't matter throughout those stories? So boys and girls, those are those stories. So let's think about in real life. Let's think about this problem. Take some think time. What does happen when anyone feels like their culture doesn't matter? What happens? Put your thumb over your heart when you've got some ideas to share. Can you think of some other things that might happen? So 3, 2, 1. I know some great things were shared with the partners that I was jumping into. I'd love to hear some of some of the things you guys were sharing. Marin, I pulled your stick. Oh, Marin, I'm going to stop you for just a second. Remember your signal in case you get asked to revoice. Make sure you're ready to revoice.
Whenever someone gets bullied and they're out of their culture, they want to go somewhere where they can't be bullied and where someone understands their culture.
Howie, will you revoice what Marin just shared?
If someone gets bullied from their culture, they want to go somewhere that they don't want to get bullied.
So, are you guys saying that when we feel like our culture doesn't matter, could that possibly feel like bullying? Is it definitely? Do we know?
No.
So maybe we can start building some questions that we want to get answered. So I heard Marin and Howie are wondering, is this a kind of bullying? What else do you guys think happens when someone feels like their culture doesn't matter? Danny. So can we put that into a question too? How many of you guys started to talk about other things that this can cause to happen? Danny realized, if I'm not feeling really good about myself, could that start to affect my schoolwork and my grades and my learning? Is that something we want to find out, maybe? Will it affect my learning and schoolwork? I love all of these thoughts that you guys are having. They're kind of like hunches right now. But do we really know? Have we been in this place before? Have we been in the shoes of our characters from our books? So do we know exactly what happens, or do we maybe want to find out? Is this a kind of bullying? Will it affect my learning and schoolwork? What if we tried to find out in real life what it's been like for people and what it's really like for people? The reason why I want you guys to start thinking about what it's like in real life is because just like our authors of Dreamers drawn together in the name jar, they wrote stories to try to help people understand differences and be more tolerant. We're going to get a chance to do the same thing. You're going to get a chance to write a story about somebody who comes from another culture. But do we really yet know what it's like for that person?
No.
But if we go and start finding some of these answers to these questions from real people who have experienced this kind of situation, do you think that our stories will be better?